Welcome to the Bridging the Generation podcast. I am your host, Malak Arif, and today I have a very, very special guest. Now, before I even get started, I'm going to need you guys to hit that like. Welcome to the Bridging the Generation podcast. I'm your host, Malak Arif, and today I have a very special guest. Now, before I even get started, please smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share and comment down below. Again, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share and comment down below. We got to get this engagement up. It's very important as far as this YouTube algorithm, and I'm going to give you guys a second to go ahead and knock that out right now. Okay. Again, my name is Malak Arif. You are watching Bridging the Generation podcast, and today, like I said, I have a very special guest. Now, this brother, straight out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, has been one of my favorite rappers in the game for the past 10 years. I mean, he came in the game with his brother, LA the Doc Man. Right after LA the Doc Man, he collaborated with the legend DJ Drama. He was signed to a major, and then he kind of reinvented himself with the assist, the help or the assist from The Alchemist. Throughout the past, I say 10, 11 years, man, he's a collaborative artist. Again, like Alchemist, Fabulous, DJ Muggs, Westside Gun, Conway the Machine, Edo, Mayhem Loren, V Don. I mean, the list goes on. All the who's who of the dopest MCs in the game, this brother has worked with him. I mean, Spitter Andretti. I can keep going. So, you know, this brother also is a very savvy business mind. He has a very savvy business mind. Different outside ventures such as his Motu Forget wine. He also has a Motu Forget bar that just opened up in his native hometown in Grand Rapids. Supposed to be opening one up in Ghana. I mean, this brother is doing some great things, man. He got investments. I mean, the list goes on. So with all that said, it is an honor and a privilege to introduce to the BTG platform, the one, the only, the fly himself, Willie the Kid. Let's go. Bridging the Generation podcast. I am your host, Malak Arif, and as you can see, man, I have Grand Rapids' own, the one and only, the fly himself, Willie the Kid. Man, what's going on, brother?
It's cooler, man. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate
you. Pleasure.
Shining some light this way, man. Let's chop it up.
Nah, brother, the pleasure is all mine, man. I've been a fan. I've been a fan for roughly, I say, about 10, 11 years, man, and you know, to have you on this platform and to look at your, you know, to look at your progress from when you first came in the game to where you at now, brother, it's nothing short of amazing, man.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
So look, with everything going on, man, I want to, you know, how have you been maintaining with this whole COVID-19 nonsense? I know it's affected tours and things like that, man. You know, are you you know, like a you know, like a live performer? You know, what you enjoy live shows?
Oh yeah, definitely enjoy live shows. We just had a big show in Chicago, me and Rock Marciano, right before the COVID hit, and that was actually like a test run for us to go on the road. We was gonna do some dates together, you know, and that was like our inaugural, you know, experience to see how that was gonna play out. Okay. And yeah, man, that was like December, I think, and then everything started to get weird around March, so we never got to, you know, roll it out for the spring like we planned to. Even I got a album I did, it's called The Living Daylights 2, And me and my man Bronze Nathers, we had some dates lined up for Europe for, you know, when we did Living Daylights. We did Living Daylights 1, and we're working on part 2 right now. And we're supposed to drop it in time to go on the road spring 2020 and tour Europe with it, but the COVID, so we didn't get a chance to get busy, you know.
I remember the Living Daylights, right? I remember that I think 2013, 2014.
Yeah,
the last time you got the first one.
Yeah. So we're trying to do a sequel to that, and people asking me about it. Where's it coming out? When's it coming out? But the COVID kind of made it like, not only is it affecting the shows, but it's affecting the albums because I don't want to release that and I can't go on tour with it. So, you know.
Okay. Timing. I heard being an artist, man, timing is everything.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Like,
absolutely.
Okay. So look, let's get into it, man. Like, you know, I feel like you have a very interesting story, man. It's a reason, like my platform, we may not be the biggest platform, man, but the artists that I have on here, man, are very, very unique, man. I feel like you're one of those one artists, man. There's only one like you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, so I want to go back to the beginning, man, like your origins, man. You know, talk about, you know, you're originally from Grand Rapids, man. You know, what was it like growing up in Grand Rapids?
You know, it's a small Midwestern town. It's the second biggest city in the state of Michigan. So Detroit is the biggest city, and Grand Rapids is the second largest. Industrial town, blue collar town. You know what I'm saying? A lot of opportunity, some colleges out there. You know, that marginalized type of city where the black experience is different than the white experience traditionally, you know, and you got to find your way, you know what I'm saying, to move beyond just what's in front of you in the neighborhood. The same ideas, you know, the same things, the same evils that we deal with everywhere. It's even more so prevalent in Grand Rapids because we don't have the outlets, you know, we don't have the alternatives. So it's like you gotta figure this out, and you gotta figure it out for good, like for keeps. You know what I'm saying? So me just having different access, like my family's from New York, so I always was in New York all the time for summers and holidays and things of that nature. So I always knew bigger than just this Midwestern town I was from. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people didn't have that opportunity, so a lot of people had to really figure their way out the hard way. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it wasn't a lot of opportunities for us in our communities, but we found our way. Now,
I know you said, you have family that's from New York. I know your brother, man. Your brother's LA the Doc, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got, you know, he was my introduction to you. You know, the first time, you know. So I remember seeing you guys on like MySpace or YouTube back in like the late 2000, like 2008, 2009. So let's you know, take me back to when you like first got into hip hop, because you know I know he's your older brother, man. So take me back, man. What was your entrance into hip hop, man? When did you become not just a fan of the art form, but become a participant?
This is my father, actually. My father collected records and he used to DJ and stuff like that. He was one of the guys in the neighborhood that like had everything first, like all of the music that came out first. And I was a baby growing up in a household where hip hop was just a regular thing. Like he was the guy that used to take like vinyl and put the vinyls on cassettes, like mixtapes, basically, and giving the people in the neighborhood, because everybody collected records, but like his peers, you know what I'm saying, his friends and shit like that, they collected records, but they didn't have a lot of cassettes. So he would go and take everything and put it from the vinyl to the tapes. And I grew up in a household like that. Okay. So hip hop was just a thing that I just, you know, gravitated toward, because that's what was done in the crib. You know what I'm saying? So my origins is basically being a baby. That's all I knew. I came up in it, and you know, from being inspired to do it to really doing it for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Natural progression, just picking up on what you're around. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So what was some of like your earliest influence, man? Because you know, when I look at your style, man, it's a style like no other, man.
Yeah. Like other musicians, you mean?
Like musical, you know, hip hop artists, R&B artists, whatever. You know, some of you, because when I listen to your I hear so many different elements, man. And now hearing you talk about your father, you know, introducing you to, you know, vinyl and things like that. Now I see why I get so many different colors and flavors when I hear your music, man. So talk about some of your influences, like musical influences.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like Wu-Tang, definitely. And then like I was a big I was like the kid that had like every Wu-Tang poster, every Wu-Tang Source magazine ad taped to my wall in my bedroom. You know what I'm saying? And I used to buy like the CDs and we bought them twice. So you take the cover and then you I keep one
Put it on your wall.
Right,
put it on the wall
like that. Yeah, I just tear it. But I on my wall I did like the inside pictures, like this Cuban Links. I did the picture with Ray with the coffee pot, you know what I mean, in the kitchen. I put that picture on the wall, not the cover. You know what I'm saying? I'll put that up. But I had the album too. And it just so happened that my brother went and connected with the Wu.
I was just about to say, man.
Became an associate of them, but I was like already like I didn't learn about them through my brother's association. Like I was a big fan of them, just period. Being a little kid, and then for him to get with them on some legit shit, it was like it wasn't no better fit. You know what I'm saying? So Wu for sure, Tribe Called Quest for sure. I remember when Midnight Marauders and 36 Chambers came out the same day.
93.
And I have both of those.
That fall of 93.
I had a Discman, and I rotated those albums in my Discman. I'm talking about day and night. So Midnight Marauders and Cuban Links was like, for me, like that's where I sort of built myself to be a participant and not just a listener. But the killer shit was like Nas, right? Nas helped me a whole lot.
Now, what we talking about, Illmatic, or we talking about It Was Written, man?
Talking about both.
I say that because I interview a lot of different artists, and we hold Illmatic to this high, level, which we should. But as I talk to a lot of artists, man, come to find out, a lot of them were fans of fans of It Was Written.
I'm gonna tell you why.
And then Illmatic, like myself.
It depends on who you talk to, right? Mm-hmm. Like my man, one of my business partners, my best friend, Jonathan Jokes. We argue all the time about Illmatic versus It Was Written, right? Now it depends on the person you're talking to, right? It's like saying, for me, right? It's like saying the 2020, like the 2022 BMW is better than the 2018. I would hope so. You know what I'm saying? With the advancements in technology and the developments and everything.
Right.
You know
I never looked at it like that.
The refinement. I would hope the genuine article gets more refined over time. I would hope so.
Yeah.
Illmatic can't be better than It Was Written if you measuring it on a scale of production,
right?
Sequencing, just the whole involvement with Steve Stout and
It Was Written was more like a movie to me. It was like a movie.
And I know Columbia invested more money into Nas as an artist by the time it was time to do.
Facts.
It was written. That's how he had Lauryn Hill on the first single. Mm-hmm. He didn't have Lauryn Hill or no artist of that caliber on Illmatic. So it's kind of unfair to compare the two. You know what I'm saying? And I know Nas as a man, he was 19 when he did Illmatic. And then, of course, fast forward, he was a little bit older in his 20s when he did Written. Made a lot of money, got famous. So it's a different person you hearing. It's almost like comparing a son to a father.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? You can do that, but without the father wouldn't be the son. You know what I'm saying? So
the context.
So that's what the context. So it depends on who you talk to. And then it's generational, right? Some people were young when Illmatic came out. So young that they can't even identify with that. But if you was old enough to get on a train or get on the bus, roll up, zone out with your headphones on, may have to go to school, may have to do certain things, that probably spoke different to you than if you was in the first grade when it came out. You know what I'm saying? Now you a little bit older, you can talk about them both, respectively. It's just a difference. But I think back to what I was saying about inspired, Illmatic inspired me a lot because I grew up in a challenging neighborhood, right? A lot of things were going on in the neighborhood, whether it was guns and drugs and violence and things of that nature. But I wasn't personally the forerunner of any of that. My older homies, people in my neighborhood, my big homies, my cousins, my peers, niggas was doing some real things.
Right.
And I always said I want to tell these stories, but I can never get on an album and lie and say I'm doing these things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't, and I didn't feel comfortable saying, "Yo, I shot this," or I sold that, because I didn't. You know what I'm saying? But people around me, it was commonplace every day, all day. I'm seeing my friends might shoot, might get shot, might go to jail, might come. Different things happen. I want to tell these stories. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you.
When I heard Illmatic, I discovered how to tell a story. You know what I'm saying? I discovered how to be an author and a narrator instead of being the first person character in the story. You know what I'm saying? Nas taught me that. I learned that. He helped me develop a voice. So much so it gave me the confidence to start writing my own music, talking about these things. it ain't have to be so, inauthentic, and also not to be so unrelatable. You know what I'm saying? Because I can go far with artistry. I can take it way somewhere where, only a select few can get it, which I probably do anyway. But I figured out a way to make it more relevant. You know what I'm saying? And Nas taught me that with Illmatic, and then it was written as well. So definitely Wu, Tribe, Nas for sure. You know what I'm saying?
So what you think about Nas, man? He just won this Grammy, man. You feel like it was long overdue and he deserved it? Because I look at a lot of his runners-ups, man. I just interviewed King Crook last week, man, and he mentioned the allegory, with Royce the 5'9". But again, man, I feel like you really couldn't go wrong, man, with the nominees this year. Not that we really not that we really hold the Grammys to the highest level, or whatever. But what's your take?
I'm a big, like I said, Nas. Can't forget about Hove. Actually, absolutely. I can't forget about Hove. Wu, Tribe, certain artists like that. It always feels good when I see somebody that inspired me, that I know carry the torch for what I think our voice should be as a culture. Get an award like that, win a Grammy, and get acknowledged. I gotta say though, like the Hit Boy album is banging. I like it. I like it a lot. It's good to hear Nas speaking as the Nas of today and not trying to sound like an old 19-year-old Nas. It's good to hear that.
Right.
One thing about me, even in my music, I don't particularly write music for a younger generation.
I was just about to ask. I was just about to say, man, like you have a very mature sound.
For sure. I don't particularly make music for a more self-destructive listener group.
No doubt. Nah.
Exactly. I don't. It's certain. Like my pen moves in a certain direction. I'm talking to a certain crowd. I'm talking to people who aspire for more than just right in front of them. I'm talking to people who probably got 2 or 3 different mortgages and real responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? People who've been places and seen things.
Exactly.
People who can reflect on mistakes and also can teach those behind them how to move in the proper manner. You know what I'm saying? People who probably got shit in their name. People that own shit. You know what I'm saying? People who buy the building. You know what I'm saying? People who own. I'm talking to a particular listenership, and I know that. Saying all that to say, it's good to hear mature Nas of today organically speak about what he's doing right now and getting that award like that. And I'm just saying all that to say, I think what he's doing today as an investor, what he's doing with under the VC auspice, investing in these startups and putting money into getting these big returns, whether it's crypto, whether it's whether it's liquor license spots, and I got a few myself.
We about to get into that.
But I think what he's doing in that investor space as a business person, I hate to say it, but I love to say it at the same time. I think that's what made that particular album get the attention of the Academy, and he got awarded again.
I agree. I say the same thing.
Because it ain't the music. It ain't the music.
This is not his best album.
It's not his best album. I love it. Don't get it confused.
Right.
But if it was about giving Nas a Grammy, he should have just got a Grammy for Blazer 50 alone. If it's about the music, you know what I'm saying? Like, he should have got a Grammy for, the Poison record. You know what I'm saying? Ike with the Iverson jersey. Let's get on. If it's about the music.
Right.
If it was about the music, he should have got a Grammy for The World Is Yours. Like, that's a record. And I was a young man.
Right.
The Pete Rock joint, it brings tears to my eyes of how beautiful it was. Like, I was a little kid. I used to get emotional when I heard that song. It's a beautiful record.
You say,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, me back, man. You take
it
me back, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't about the music. It's letting me know it's about what the portfolio can, harness and produce and show the world beyond the music that gets these accolades. I learned a valuable lesson by seeing Nas get that Grammy. I learned a lesson in longevity, a lesson in consistency, and a lesson in staying true, but also the lesson that ain't about the music, which I already knew, but it's good to get that confirmation in the form of a Grammy award for a legend,
No doubt. Well, look, I gotta take a break real quick. I just gotta say this, man, to everybody that's watching, please like, subscribe, comment down below. We need engagement, man. This is an epic interview right here, man. I'm telling you, you guys, we got a lot more to come, a lot more great content. But again, you're watching Willie the Kid, man. So you guys need to be taking notes, man. This is some epic content, man. We about to really get into it. So I just had to say that, brother. We about to really get into it, man. I got to remind the folks, man. So look, let's let's shift gears a little bit, man. I remember when you came out, like I said, man, 2008, 2009, and you was on, with DJ Drama and the Gangsta Rings. So, I look at your career like as if there was like two stages in your career, and then there was a pivotal point where you kind of things kind of changed. So talk to me about, leading up to me and DJ Drama, the affiliates and that whole camp and signing with Warner Asylum. What was that? What led up to that, and what was that experience like?
For sure. Man, that's a broad question. Yeah, just leaving Michigan and going down to Atlanta to go to college, and being inspired to want to get involved with music on a professional level after doing it so long as a youth, not having, again, I was saying about Grand Rapids, not having an outlet to do it professionally. I knew in Atlanta, I'll find a way to get to it, And I get down there and I link up with Don Cannon. We started making music, making a name for ourselves locally on the college level, and then eventually getting beyond the college. And then him and Drama had a relationship. Drama was no longer on the campus anymore, but he's from Clark, Atlanta as well. So his network stems from there outside of Atlanta as well. So the same path that Don was walking, he was walking in, the path that Drama was, proceeding with. So Drama, invested in Don, and DJ Sense as well, invested in him being, the young gunner coming off the campus, and gave him opportunities, and then he took me with him, along the way. So when Drama looked out for him, he looked out for me. You know what I'm saying? We just started really growing this affiliates thing, and then Drop started Gangsta Rails, and it started really taking off at that point. And then my man Sense got into a business role and sort of did more with the management. I brought my brother Lai in to help Sense with the business part, and then we secured some record deals. Drama got a deal with Grand Hustle with T.I. Through Atlantic, and then Warner was the machine that that we were part of, and Asylum was more of an incubation sector that they had, and they had some indies there. And we signed on with our own imprint, Affiliates Music Group, and then I was the leading artist from the imprint. I pretty much just helped develop that company from front to back. I remember being there before there was anything. We used to all divvy up to split a pizza. You know what I'm saying, like shit like that. So we went from just hustling and being young guys trying to find our way to get an opportunity, and then we got the opportunity, and I came out as the premier artist, and did some records, got with all the top artists and did all the things the rappers do, went on tour, made a bunch of money, did all that, toured the world, what I'm saying, and drank a lot of champagne, made a lot of music, made a lot of money, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Now, I know you, like I said, man, you've been in this game, you've been a fan of the culture for a very long time, so you've seen a lot. You've also been in the game, the music game for quite some time, so with all that said, man, talk about some of the changes that you have seen, and how have you used those changes to benefit you and to catapult you as far as your career?
Changes. The biggest change is just digital, getting in front of hard copy. Forward facing, applications that allows a lot of the performers to get direct access to the listeners. Cutting out that middleman, that record label piece. I think that's the biggest change I can think of. I remember RZA came to the studio one time, and he was talking to us, and he was like, "Yo," he said, he reached in his pocket. This is like 06 type wave.
Damn, this before that Absolute Greatness album.
Yeah. He went in his pocket and pulled out a flash drive. He looked right at me. He said, "Yo, this the future of music." We were talking about the future, me being young and trying to do this. The future. He showed me a flash drive. He said, "This is the future of music." And everybody was in the room. He said, "Yo, it's no longer going to be, vinyl and cassette and CD. It's going to be on here."
He had the foresight.
Yeah. That's why he Bobby Digital. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, everything is going to be. It's the future of the music. And I knew what he meant, but I didn't know what he meant. You know what I'm saying? And sure enough, man, like fast forward a couple years later, like a CD was a novelty. You know what I'm saying? Everything is digital. The streaming platforms became the new storefronts.
Yeah,
you know, people used to, you know, of course, go through a record label and got your distributors and put them in all of the top stores, or you got people just selling out the trunk or selling on the corner or hustling their CDs. But now there's this new digital marketplace. It's the biggest store in music, you know, and that's your Spotify's, and that's your, you know, and that's your Apple Music's, and that's your, you know, Amazon and your Google Plays and your titles. Like it's the biggest storefront. So I think that's the biggest change. I remember him saying that. And right before CDs became obsolete, I put out an EP called Never a Dull Moment. It's like 09, like 2010. And that was the first for us and the people that I know.
That's the one with Lee Bannon.
With Lee Bannon. Shout out to Lee Bannon. Shout out to Sacramento too. All my fam out there. Sacktown. That was the first that I know of. The first direct to digital only project that came out from the space that I was operating in. We never even did a hard copy for that project.
Now, were you still on Asylum? One Asylum at the time?
Yeah, but I did it on my own. I didn't go through the label. I just did it. Okay. And me doing that is pretty much the model what everybody does today. Nobody's on a label and
see that's what I'm talking about, man. It's like you was always ahead of the game, man.
always, bro. Like that project. And I love the fact that it's dated because now we ain't got to argue about this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's published.
Nah, man, it's still a dope project, though.
No. What I'm saying is, not the music is dated. I mean,
okay. I was about to say.
I mean, no. The music is probably better than half of the shit you hit. No,
the best. I'm about to say like 85%. Like, come on, man.
I can drop it right now and it'll dust niggas, but that ain't the point. Exactly. The point I'm making is that project has a publishing date. When I say date, it lets you know how long ago I had this idea. You know what I'm saying? Let you know how long ago I was executing this.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying? I've been executing this thing for a very long time. Like you see everybody doing now. Brother, drop an album, 6-7 songs on it straight to the digital platforms. That's commonplace. That's what happens now. But I did that back when brothers were still pressing CDs and putting their mixtapes on that piff. See what I'm saying? I did it back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, and did it again and again and again and again and again after that. So none of this is new for me. I've been pulling money from that digital storefront space. I've been doing that. I've been leading the pack on that. My catalog has been sitting in that space. You know what I'm saying? Like,
now you own all your publishing, right?
Of course.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Of course I do.
Had to take the glasses off on that one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but it's been that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not via the talk. Oh, my message. It's a thing that people say now to sound cool. I really do. It really always have.
Okay. So look, I know we about to get into some money talk, man, and some talk about some entrepreneurial matters and things of that nature, man. But I want to, what was some of the when I look at some of the mistakes of a lot of these rappers make financially, how would you advise them, man? And what is some good advice that you would give them, man, as far as like, gaining more autonomy over their careers and over their futures?
Invest, man, and invest in your passions. Find out where your strong spots are as far as network. Build a network. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. I mean, my first check I got from rap, like my first serious check I got from rap. I paid for my sister college tuition.
Damn.
And then the other piece, I went and bought some property. That's the first thing I did. This is back 06. You know what I'm saying? Like the first thing I did.
Damn.
That's the very first thing I did coming out the door before I did anything. I had some money left over. I went and bought a Beamer with the money that was left over. I just invested, took care of the fam, and bought a toy. Like that's the first thing I did. And then ever since then, I've been knowing, okay, cool, this is residual income. This is something that I, sat on and got the equity from it. Like that was my first lesson in investing. You know what I'm saying? But I still was thinking about music as being, the primary place we could play and get this money out of. You know what I'm saying? And my team, like.
Now I gotta stop you. I want to stop you there. I want to stop you because, when I look at your career, man, again, it seems like, again, there's a pivotal point in your career, man, where you once said, I once read or heard or researched whatever, where you felt that, and I'm paraphrasing, that One Asylum, you know, they did not really see the vision, you know, at the time when you was with them, man. And I noticed, I say started, in my opinion, man, started with the you know, that project that you did with Alchemist, the masterpiece, man. It seemed like that's when you really started to gain the traction that I've seen that you have maintained today. So again, can you talk about that time, man, and what was it that made you realize that you need that you know, that is something that you're about to galvanize as far as you know, putting it all together to move in the direction that you want to the direction that you want to go?
For sure. See, the funny part is, if you knew my music before you sing anything with Asylum or with DJ Drama, before you see any of that, the style of music, like the aesthetic, it sounds exactly like what I'm making right now. It's the same exact music. When I was doing it with control on myself and wasn't worried about the business and just talking directly to the fans, it sounds exactly like the music I'm making right now. It sounds exactly like the Masterpiece Theater project that you referenced. Like, I've been taking the loops and rapping over the loops and using these concepts and making these interesting references. All of this shit, this ain't new. This ain't a new me. This is the original me. You know what I'm saying? So when I got a record deal working with DJ Drama, you know, that was Gangsta Grills. It was trap driven. You see what I'm saying?
Sonically, it sounded a little different.
Sonically, that's what it was, and those were our partners, right? Our partners invested in those type of artists. They invested in UGK and Boosie and Webby and, you know, and T.I. and a lot of those artists who had that party trap Southern sound. Right. That's the machine. So all their business partners, as far as distribution and radio and press and media, they used to provide a certain product. This is the kind of music that they push. The only artist I seen at the time that was making something comparable to what I was making was Lupe. And I told everybody in the building. I told Drama, I told my brother, I told a couple of, you know, reps and personnel people at Asylum and Warner. I'm telling everybody, because in the building it was Warner. The Warner building had Atlantic and Asylum in it. So we go and do our business with Atlantic for Drama, and then we go downstairs and do my business with Asylum, and then you go down, you know. So we was always back to back, and I'm in the office telling everybody, like, yo, you hear this music that y'all like? I got a deal from this music. Let's continue to make this music. This is how I got a deal. You know what I'm saying? But they thought it was a better fit to conform to what the machine was already pushing. When I say they, I mean my team, right? My management and the label itself. Right. They know they can hit up Rap City or hit up the deal and give them something with, you know, with Gucci on it, or, you know, or Boosie on it, or somebody like that. And it's already, the machine is already used to that. They didn't want to halt the machine and change the oil and put a new type of oil in the machine. Right. I get it, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, either go this direction or don't do nothing, you know what I'm saying? Or just run the risk of putting it out into the machine, don't understand it, and then it becomes a less than a, you know, performing project because the machine wasn't ready to carry it. So we found what I considered a compromise, a happy medium. But I think that's the music you're talking about with DJ Drama Project and all of that. I think, but that wasn't me. That wasn't my music. It's kind of like RZA had the We Love You Rakim era, or how you know, how the Lock say the shiny suit era, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, or Jay-Z, the Hawaiian Sophie era. He came with Jazzo with the Hawaiian shirt on. You know what I'm saying? Like doing that song, but if you listen to Jay-Z before and after that, that's the Jay-Z you know today. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I was in the same position. The machine is bigger than me. It's bigger than Nino Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like, the machine is bigger than me. So I know
But could you agree with me, or kind of agree with me, man? Like, to me, it seemed like when you dropped that project with the Alchemist, man, like, to me, that the music that you made before that was solid, but it seemed like people started to become more aware, of your movement and what your you know, what you represent, what you symbolize, man. And it seemed like that traction you have maintained that to this day.
I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, absolutely, I agree with you 100%. But I think it's because Alchemist is a pillar. He's a big fixture in that type of music, in that sound. Right. But you got to know, Alchemist didn't just do that record because I was at home asleep and he came woke me up to do the record. Like, I was making music to get his attention to even do that album. You see what I'm saying? Like,
how did y'all put that together? How did you link with Alchemist?
Never a dull moment. You know, the project I was telling you about, I did with Lee Bannon, like that project. We had that album done. It hadn't came out yet. My man Lee Bannon, he was running with Planet Asia at the time out in Cali. And PA's from North Cali, from Fresno, and Bannon's from Sacramento. So they're neighbors in that respect. And they went down to Bannon went to LA to go get up with PA, and then PA took him over to Alchemist crib. Bannon's incredible producer, and Bannon played Alchemist Never a Dull Moment. Okay. And they was over there, they called me on the phone. Like, yo, Al loving this, man, it's crazy. Al like, yeah, man, it's dope. Like, yeah, good looking. And then I did an album after that, called The Fly 2.
Fly 2.0.
Yeah. Fly 2. Then when I did The Fly 2, I called Al. I said, yo, I want to get you on here. I want you to rap on this joint that Lee Bannon did. And he rapped on the joint. It's called Toxic. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because everybody using that toxic word now. Using that word a lot. but that was the album. Yeah. That was the record on the album. And then we did Toxic. And then I think we did I did a couple albums after that.
You did a lot of albums, man.
A lot of albums. And then I was like, yo, come to LA, let's cook up a plate. I flew right out there and then we knocked it out. But I think to your point, that's when a lot of people got a chance to see and hear it for themselves. Like Al just got an ear. Al can pick it out. He can pick a needle on the haystack. He heard me in the haystack. I was like, ooh, let's go. You know what I'm saying? And when he did that, everybody saw it and heard it because of how big he is, you know what I'm saying, to the culture, how important he is to the culture. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I totally agree with you. But just saying all that to say, yeah, man, like I'm now like it's a whole nother. This is different now, man. It's way different.
So look, let me talk. Let's talk about some more about this music, man. Because again, when I watch interviews, man, you know that you do, man, I feel like people don't go into this catalog, and we're not gonna go over every album. We ain't got time for all that. But what I do want to talk about is your relationship with one of my favorite producers, man. And I think you know who I'm talking about. 2017, you linked up with V Don. You did Deutschmarks Part 1, which was followed by Blue Notes, Heather Gray, and Deutschmarks 2 from last year. So talk about that, man, because I feel like you was one of them. You was one of those artists that was working with V Don, you know, before a lot of guys start, you know, realize, man, how dope this brother was, man. Talk about him and talk about how, you know, why do you guys have such great chemistry, man? Talk about that.
For sure. V Don is probably on every album I put out that hadn't featured one single producer. So like V Don is on the fly too. I was saying about Alchemist is on there. V Don produced Friends and Money with me and Corey Guns. So me and V Don been working since way back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then V Don he's on The Cure. He's on that album. V Don is on The Fly 3. V Don is on Aquamarine like 2 times. Like, you know what I'm saying? So V Don is on every album I've put out since I started really doing my own thing aside from the affiliate stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was just a matter of time before we sat down and did a whole plate. And that was Deutschmarks. I'm gonna tell you what's funny about Deutschmarks was I was like 1 foot in the music, 1 foot out the music at the time, because that's when I started really investing in things back in Grand Rapids. You know, at the time, I started this merchandising line called GRUSA, and we became the premier merchandising line for the city. We had contracts with the city planner, with the city commissioner, with the city attorney, with the mayor, with the public school systems. We had these big government contracts doing merchandising for the city. So we were just on a cusp of really just. I was gonna just, you know, focus more of my attention on that, but all the same time, V Don was like, "Yo, man, you got to put some music out, man. They want to hear you. They want to hear you." And I was doing a film, so I put a film out. It was called The Fly. You know what I'm saying? I wrote the film, funded it. You know what I mean? Co-produced it, starred in it. You know what I'm saying? All that. So I'm doing movies and I'm getting into some other things at the same time. My man telling me, "Yo, let's get out. Let's pull these resources and buy these real estate, let's buy these buildings up in the town." So we started thinking about real estate, and he like, "Yo, let's my man jokes." So he was like, "Yo, let's get a restaurant, a bar, or something. Let's just get a liquor license spot." And he was saying all these things, you know what I mean? So I was getting further and further away from sitting down writing raps. You know what I'm saying?
I remember you had this one line, man, on the Black Sinatra. I don't know if you remember when you were like, you was like, "Man, fuck rap, man. Let's flip these houses."
That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
And I think that's on that Deutschmark project.
That's what I'm telling you. So that's what I was doing when I was writing Deutschmarks. Like we was really getting it going. in that space, when we done, I got my man Jokes on the line saying, yo, all we gotta do is da. We can go get this, that. And I got Vidon on the line like, yo, man, all you gotta do is just send me a couple verses, man. We can do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
so talk to me, man.
I'm like this. Like, how was
you able to balance that, man? Like, and you which you not only how were you able to balance that back then, but you continue to do it now because we about to get into these business ventures, man. But how do you do that, man?
Because I'm legitimately an entrepreneur and an artist. Wow. And that's just the space that I operate in. Like it's a sincere passion of mine. You know what I'm saying? I consider myself a startup entrepreneur. I see things a mile away. I know if I put a little bit into that, by the time it gets closer to you, it'd be bigger than life. You know what I'm saying? I know that. And I'm also a passionate artist as well. I can't go too long without putting out no music. I can't go too long without recording or just sitting down and writing a rap. I be stuck in traffic writing songs on my phone. Like I'm gonna always rap. I'm gonna be 100 years old. I'm gonna always put it out because it's therapeutic for me. I don't care who listen to it, who don't. I don't care what I don't care. Like at some point, it becomes a therapeutic thing for me. Like so I'm gonna just do it because, and I'll be damned if I don't come out here and just show off every now and then. I be looking at these guys and they're not that good. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not that talented. Like like most of them not that talented. You know what I'm saying? So I be like, yo,
the bar has been lowered.
Yeah, like I'm talking about even the ones y'all think is good ain't good. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
you ain't gotta tell me, fam. I already get it. Like
even the ones y'all think is good ain't that good. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't talking about the other guys who we know that ain't.
Right. Yeah.
Some of them guys I listen to because I want to dance, have a good time too. I want the ladies and the ladies might like it. I want my son and my son might like it, and I appreciate it for those reasons. I'm talking about the guys that y'all think are comparable to me. That y'all think
yo talk your shit.
They're not that good.
Fam. Talk your shit.
So that alone will keep me constantly just demonstrating. I did a record. I my man Hush, I was like, yo, how many times must I demonstrate? Like I just started it like that because that's how I sincerely feel. Like I gotta do this again, man. Y'all gonna make me do this again and again and again and keep showing y'all. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? No problem. You know what I'm saying? I can do this forever. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's exactly what I'm saying. So I'm able to just do it because I feel like I'm the best at what it is I do. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta constantly just remind, constantly demonstrate, constantly exercise my muscle. I gotta just do that. So I'm gonna always make the music because of that. But as far as these businesses, it's just super lucrative, man. I get a rush out of that. It's
man.
man. Like we sat and took what they call a dead space. It's a landmark building, historical building in my town called the Layard Building. It's owned by some of the top investors in the city. They have a space underneath it was an old bar. Years ago, and it's been unoccupied for years, almost 10 years now. Not only was that space unoccupied, but just downtown in my city, there hasn't been a Black-owned business downtown Grand Rapids in like 12 years, 13 years.
Okay.
At the time when we decided to get this spot, do a whole demolition, new plumbing, new electrical, all the wiring, cable, everything brand new, the HVAC, all that, new equipment, new flooring, new lights, everything, and turn it from a rubbish spot, what they call a dead space, to what would be ambiance GR, lounge, nightclub, full restaurant, dance floor, full kitchen. Me and my partners, you know what I'm saying? First African-American owned building downtown in over a decade. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but talk about that, brother.
That's something I'm doing as I'm putting out Deutsche Marks. You know what I'm saying? As I'm putting out.
But Willie, what I want to know, and where a lot of the fans want to know, because I'm hearing everything that you're saying, man, and it's beautiful what you got going on, but I'm trying to figure out where did this come from? Because this type of mentality, man, you don't hear and you don't see from a lot of artists, man. You was doing this shit 10 years ago. So where did this come from? Where did you get the how did this vision come about?
I told you as a kid, I got my first rap check. What I did when I bought a property. Like I grew up in a family of go-getters. Like everybody around me, whether it's my parents or my brother or my other younger brothers, my younger sister, everybody, my cousins, like this is what we've been about. Like we're like Black Kennedys where I'm from. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I've come from a legacy of people who've been having. shit and been doing shit and shifting. You know what I'm saying? I knew when it was my turn, I gotta top what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? Like I see my brother Ben had jewelry and Benzes and luxury cars and cribs. Ben did all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, my parents, my dad hustled, and I see my dad do all kind of things, make all kind of money. Like my cousins, all man. I mean, everybody around me been having, man. I come from a hustling family. That's what we do. Like, you know what I'm saying? And this is, you know, you can ask around in town, they tell you. Like, anybody that got my blood in their veins got shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just what it is. So you ask me where it comes from. It's hereditary. You know, we're gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? I just knew my passion as an artist had me focusing on music. You know what I'm saying? And my man Joe's called me like, yo, man, the music, you killing it. Another crib, I see you. Another chain, I see you. Another car, I see you. But yo, you need to take some of that capital and invest it back in the town, because at home it's a lot of opportunity. I live in Atlanta. It's a lot of well-to-do, upward black people.
I lived in Atlanta for 5 years.
Yeah. I'm in Florida right now. You see me on the beach right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Florida.
Man. I thought you was in Morocco or something, man.
Nah, I'm in Florida on the beach right now. But saying all that to say where I come from, our community, we need a shock to the system to say, hey, I know a lot of guys who had opportunities, who had capital, probably went to jail, came home, and now they starting all over again. I know a lot of guys who didn't take their money and do the right things with it. You know what I'm saying? Young guys and older guys. You know what I'm saying? I vowed to never be that kind of person, but I always started to be me moving in some bigger city. You know what I'm saying? Being on the ocean, doing something like I'm doing right now. But my man was telling me, nah, it's blue collar time. You know what I'm saying? We can take what you can get in Miami or what you can get in Atlanta. You can get 3 of those in Grand Rapids. You see what I'm saying? And he was right. I took the same money I would have spent on doing a restaurant in Atlanta and did a restaurant, a spirits company, and another property in Grand Rapids. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's the same. You know the thing. You know what I'm saying?
You know the thing that's so interesting. You know, not that many brothers such as yourself, man, have been fortunate to have people to be able to, you know, instill that type of information in them, man. And it makes me think, like, why isn't this stuff taught in school, man? Because I look at, I look at brothers such as yourself, man, diversifying your portfolio. We about to really get into it, man. But don't you think that's something, man, that we need to, that's something that needs to be taught more, especially within the Black community?
Absolutely. I think I agree with that so much. I'm trying to really, I wouldn't say the word community sounds broad, bro. It needs to be taught at home to our children at the dinner table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It needs to start there. To our children as we ride through our neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? To our children as we have these leisure conversations. I think that's something we need to instill in the babies. Before we rely on the schools to teach them that. Right?
1,000%.
Or rely on a rapper on a fucking streaming platform to teach them that. You know what I'm saying? Or rely on someone who doesn't have their best interest in mind to give them the guidance on how to do that. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to start having these conversations among our family. So if it's you and your uncle and your cousin or your brother or your sister, pardon me, or your aunt, and she got a business and he do what he do in the neighborhood, he got a little money, you know what I'm saying? And he about to go to college and How can we triangulate that and make that become, a family business of sorts, or at least a pool where we all invest our resources and go buy us some shit and turn it around? I think these are the conversations we need to start having with our families first, our friends and our close people that we see every single day. If we can get together and party, if we can get together and bullshit and have fun, we should be able to get together and do some business at some point. You know what I'm saying? Now to kick it a step further, I think the schools definitely should teach that. You know what I'm saying? I went to one of the best schools in the city when I was young. You know what I'm saying? I went to college and did all of that. The things that actually, what that taught me was, culture and engagement and social skills and shit like that, building networks and shit like that. But the information I didn't learn at school. You know what I'm saying? The information I learned from just living life. And I think there's a lot of space and a lot of opportunity that you can put those things into the school system, especially in low income, high risk communities. You know what I'm saying? Like we could really do that. We can use that. But I try not to preach and and make these conversations boring. But I put that in my music.
This is why you on here, man. This is why it's an honor to have you on this platform, man. Because we could talk about all the chains, all the cars, all this other shit. But we men of a certain age, man. So it comes a time, man. It comes a time where, you know, it's leveling up, man. It's game time. It's time to level up. And I love one thing I love about you, and I love about your message. You know, it's all about leveling up. It's not about looking down at nobody, but it's like, man, hey, look, let's cultivate this thing, man, and come together. We have opportunities, man, and let's build.
I'm not doing this to show off or style.
It don't come off. It don't come off that way.
That's not what I'm doing it for. I'm hoping I can inspire. I'm hoping I can teach. I'm hoping I can just become, you know, I want to be a voice for people to know that, you know, it comes to a certain point where we got to pivot, man. Got to pivot. You know what I mean? I know a lot of guys, man, who got money out the street, and I see them today, and it's like,
what happened?
They start all over again. Now you 40, 50 years old starting over though. I knew you was 21, 22, and you really had shit. I know that you could have bought this whole strip. You could have bought this whole complex, right? You could have bought that building, that building. You could have got with a couple between both of y'all. I know y'all had it. Y'all could have, you know what I'm saying? And
then, listening to you. Listening to you. Go ahead, my bad.
We doing it now.
Go ahead.
We doing all that now. I'm doing it. Like I don't know about anybody else. I'm doing it. But I'm just trying to say it wasn't my time back then. I was a kid. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I know guys are older than me. When they had their chance, they didn't do that with the resources.
They didn't capitalize.
Nah, they ain't play ball like that, bro. And I think like that's one thing I'm not gonna drop the ball in that respect. Like. So we got like Spirits Company, Motu J Spirits, right?
Talk about it. Talk about that, man.
So this is like the other alternative thinking. So a couple friends of mine in the town had a relationship with a company called St. Julian. It's Michigan's biggest winery, right? It's the biggest, foremost winery in the entire state. It's a legacy family company. They go back to Prohibition days with Al Capone. My business partner at St. Julian showed me a picture, and I have it in my phone of his great grandfather with Al Capone like this on the arm smoking a cigar. They was doing their thing from way back then. You know what I'm saying? Legacy company. They reached out to a friend of mine to get in touch with me via the music. Now this is where hip hop is important now. Via the music to be an ambassador for their wines and their products that they make.
Okay.
I was going on my way down there to have a conversation with them and see what that was like to be an ambassador, like to endorse it, kind of like what Rick Ross does for Bel Air or what you see guys do for certain spirits. One of those deals where I put it in my music videos, I put it in my pictures, and I throw parties and things of that nature.
Like Ciroc and Diddy and shit like that.
That's a little bit different. I'll explain the difference to you in a second. My man Jokes, I called him. I said, "Yo, dogs, how about I not be an ambassador? How about me, you, my man Jamil? These are my business partners. We own things together. We do startups all the time. So how about we just come up with our own liquor company and make them our partner? Now I got this model from the record business. Why not be Rockefeller and just do a deal with Def Jam instead of just signing the Def Jam? You know what I'm saying? Like
hell yeah.
They wanted to sign me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
How about we just do our own thing? We be Rockefeller and we just use them for P&D. You know what I'm saying? They can package it up and distribute it for us. We do all, be a partner instead of working for them. How about we be a partner?
I like that.
Everybody agreed. My man Jamil went ran some numbers. I went home. I designed some art. My man Jokes did some research, called a couple stores, a couple people. Got a whole business plan together. Mind you, we don't tell them this. We get in the car. They driving us down there. And my man, he kind of nervous. The guy that was driving us, him and his partner from St. Jude, they kind of nervous because this is a big deal for them to bring in a rapper, you know what I mean, to come represent this family legacy brand. They got soccer moms in these white towns as their primary base. You're gonna just slap a rapper in front of the brand. How is that gonna work? And you go to my music talking about some real things in my music. Yeah, okay. Yeah, how that's gonna work. So on the way down, I passed on my phone. I said, check this out. Scroll up. Look at this. A whole business plan, boom, 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 boom. Numbers, visuals, designs, concepts, people we reached out to, networks. And mind you, we already got businesses in the town. We got Ambiance coming. We got GRUSA coming. We got real estate. We got startups. We do incubation for other black companies to get the money, start their companies up. We do programming to give young people access to tech training to go get jobs. People coming home from jail, get them tech training. We do programming down here in Atlanta too. So like they know what we do. The portfolio is vast. They see what we give them. I said I'd rather be a partner than to work for you guys, and we'll still eat together. He shows it to his boss when we get down there. He goes upstairs. He come back down in less than 30 minutes and say, let's do it. That fast. So now we go from having an opportunity to be an ambassador to being a full-fledged business partner with the biggest winery in the state of Michigan. 300 locations through the Midwest. Just signed a Fortune 500, signed a deal with a Fortune 500 company, Meyer. Meyer is a Fortune 500 grocery store out of the Midwest. 60 locations with them from Grand Rapids to Detroit, the entire state. Fastest growing craft spirits brand in the entire region. The fastest growing African American craft spirits brand in the entire region. I mean, that's like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just seeing those opportunities, man, and setting them on their side and then approaching them. You see what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this.
That's what we've been doing.
Let me ask you this. You know, when I look at a lot of rappers, man, I see a lot of dope talent, man, such as yourself. I see a lot of guys that's in your lane that's doing their thing right now, man. But what separates you from them, from what I see, is the way that you market yourself. So what would you advise, man, for a lot of these artists, man, that's just relying on the music, man? Because it seems like, you know, there's a ceiling as far as making money in music today.
Yeah. I can't speak the hustle into everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just got to be in you. You got to want more than that. I don't like to see people learn from a mistake or make a move, I should say, out of desperation instead of passion, because they know this is going to work. I've been fortunate to make a lot of moves, not because I was desperate or not because I failed and had to find some way to figure it out. Like, so I try to, tell people all the time, man, like, just all you're going to do, be 50 years old, still just waiting to get, you know what I'm saying, a feature from a rapper and, like, like, wait on this.
And that's the thing. That's the thing, man. It look like a lot of these artists, man, I don't think they realize, man, that a 50-year-old rapper, man, it just don't, it ain't the same, man.
It ain't the same. I'm going to tell you, rap is for the young boys,
it's
man.
It's for the youth. It's for the
young boys. And I'm trying to tell you, the best way to still contribute to the culture is if you can be whole and contribute to the culture. You don't want to be the old guy still trying to be as hip as the young guy. You don't want to do that.
It looks
you see what I'm saying? You want to be you want to be the old guy.
The OG.
You know what I'm saying? The OG.
The OG.
But you gotta have OG credentials. You gotta have OG holdings.
Exactly.
You have to have
a lot of people.
stripes.
A lot of these guys, man, they think because they're older that makes them OGs.
Bro, you just old.
Just old.
Ain't no G about it. You just old. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just know I learned my lesson just coming up through the music, seeing guys. Like, nah, the light ain't gonna always be on in that room. You know what I'm saying? You gotta light the whole house up. You know what I'm saying? And you can turn that light off in that room, and then you go in there whenever you feel like. I can rap whenever I want.
And I'm talk about that because I heard you mention that before, man.
I only rap because I'm nice, bro. I do business for a living. I don't rely on rap money. Yeah. I don't. That's not what I do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I only rap because I love it. I rap because I'm nice, bro. I'm nice. That's the reason why I rap. That's the main reason why I rap. But what I thrive when I wake up every day, the conference calls, the Zooms, everything I be on, the flights I catch, the people I go meet, is to do legitimate business. We just signed off on opening a lounge in Ghana, in Africa.
I was just about to ask you about. I seen that on the Instagram page, man, and you talking about the diaspora, and I'm just like, man, I comment. Yeah. This is when I comment under that, and I was like, brother, this is major, man.
Right.
How did y'all put that together, man? Because brother, through the music, you have influenced me, man. But right there, man, that's really just making me, brothers such as myself, man, really want to level up, man. Like, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you, man, for that one right there, bro.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. It's just, like I said, it's about aspiring for the next thing. I got some partners. My man Marcus Taylor is a good friend of mine. We did some business down in the islands, down in St. Lucia and Martinique. We was doing some things down there a few years ago. And he told me, he said, man, he wants to run these plays internationally. And he said, I'm going to be in touch. We did our thing down there, and it was open and shut business down there. He popped up recently, like maybe end of last year. like, bro, I'm out here in Ghana now. You know what I'm saying? And the market out here is beautiful. It's a beautiful country, beautiful people. The community is thriving. The things that you do with business, from Motu Vijay and ambiance and the music and everything you do, you say, like, they will love you over here. You should come over here and invest in the community here, provide some opportunity for the community here. I said, you get an idea, let me know what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And he called me. He said, man, y'all got this piece over here, access to this building. If y'all want to buy into it and do sort of like a lounge, bar, club spot out, I think it'd be great for y'all because you already got things going on over in the States. I was like, yeah, let's do it. So I called my man, talk to my team, see what we're going to do. And I think the best idea was for us to take the Motu Vijay brand, not the actual champagne, but the brand itself, right? And let's be clear. I want to clear this up too. That's what I'm going to get back to you about. Motu Vijay is not just a product; it's a company. So under our company, we got champagne, we got vodka, we got 2 wines coming out this summer, and I'm going to do a beer, I think, the winter of this year. So we got product lines. So it being a brand, I'm going to lend the brand over to Ghana. And we opening up a nightclub over there, full kitchen, dance floor, restaurant, DJ, VIP, in Accra, Osu, which is the party district over there in Ghana. And they're throwing tons of money around in Ghana right now to put that life in it.
And I'm gonna have to come out there, man.
You got to. And why it's emotional for me, because we talk about this great return, this beyond return concept, where West Africa, the Gold Coast 400 years ago, is where the Atlantic slave trade started.
The diaspora.
So everybody, the whole diaspora. So we left.
Diaspora. I don't know why I mispronounced that word.
Yeah, diaspora.
Diaspora.
So it's all good, bro. So we all left West Africa to go populate the Caribbean and populate the states. You know what I'm saying? And work as slaves, even though we were kings and queens. You know what I'm saying? Now, reclaiming ourselves on the territory, on the turf, throughout the entire diaspora, these kings and queens are returning back to the motherland.
That's what's up.
To pull our brothers and sisters up there and have them join us in what we're doing. And we want to join them in what they're doing. So Motu Lounge, Motu Bar and Grill will be opening up this year, man. It's just an extension of what we're doing here in the States over in the motherland. I'm gonna book some artists and fly the guys I like. A lot of those guys we're talking about, a lot of those younger acts for the for the parties, and get them guys over there and get them paid, and a couple of guys from the cloth and get them busy over there, and fly the ladies over there that model and do appearances, and and bridge that gap and bridge the diaspora. I want people, when you're coming from Miami, you're coming from Atlanta, you're coming from New York, you're coming from Chicago, Detroit, LA, I want you to go to our spot as as the place where you check in at and have a great time, and it will show you around, Ghana. And I want to be that report. You know what I'm saying? I want to be that bridge for the gap. You know what I'm saying?
Now that's what's up, man. So you also you was a co-executive producer, man, of the the Atu Sing America Langston Hughes project, man. Talk about that, man, because again, man, there's a lot. You got your hands in a lot of different endeavors. For somebody to put out the output of music, to have the catalog that you have, man, I've never seen somebody with an artist, man, that's not Jay-Z or Nas, that has the portfolio, man, because you got me leveling up, man. And I really after this interview, if you got the time, I want to build, because I got some coins myself.
For sure.
So talk about that as well, man. About that, that Langston Hughes project, man.
Yeah, I learned from those guys. I learned from studying Jay-Z and studying Nas and studying Diddy and studying the big dogs. I try to duplicate the moves every chance I get. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the film or whether it's a business or whatever, even the tech platform Radiator that we got. I'm modeling that off of what Jay-Z did with Tidal. You know what I'm saying? Like other than Jay-Z, I'm probably the only hip hop artist who owns a DSP. Other than me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
people don't know, man.
So to even put myself in that conversation is like, it's just me modeling myself after what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I know people model themselves after them as rappers, but are you modeling them as business people? Are you modeling, as businessmen? You know what I mean? I just stand up, respectful guys in the business. Like, but yeah, as far as the Langston Hughes project, it's an opportunity, man, to be a producer on that film and represent for the generation, represent for the hip hop culture. It was an idea that came about from from the Malcolm X film that Spike Lee did. I think the reason why the film did so good back in the 90s was that Spike was deliberate about allowing hip hop to be the vehicle by which that film got out to the people.
Oh, hell yeah.
It wasn't so scholastic and academic. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't something where the intensity of it was scare away the young people. And
he made it cool.
He made it cool. He made it synonymous to what was going on in hip hop. You remember at the time, everybody had an X hat on.
X jacket.
Yep. Yeah, 40 Acres and the Mule jacket. They, the medallion with the X on it. Like he made it synonymous to the culture. Mm-hmm, and I think the ease that they had was that the music represented that anyway. Whether it was like a Brand Nubian or whether it was like a Public Enemy or whether it was already X-Clan, it was already ready for that conversation. I think now the music isn't as Afrocentric. But what's going on in society with social economics, what's going on with race relations, what's going on when you turn the TV on, or you get on your phone, you see the news, what's going on with, in our community as far as police brutality and disenfranchisement and black enterprising, all these things. Now we have a new note. It's a new flavor to Afrocentric expression. It's new now. Now it's about getting our rights, now it's about making money. It's about standing up and speaking truth to power. We have a new voice now. And what we're doing with the Langston Hughes picture is being the connector between the academia and the rich story of Langston Hughes and his life and times, and connecting that with the current climate and temperature of the culture today for young people, you know what I'm saying, for the hip hop crowd. So we'll end up doing the soundtrack, and we'll put new names on. You'll see a little Dirk or Dave. You'll see, the younger guys coming to you. They'll be a part of the conversation, because Langston Hughes, essentially, why I'm so excited about doing that is because he's the original rapper. He's the first African American to get paid from his poetry. He is the original rapper.
Yeah, that Harlem Renaissance was
he's the face of the Harlem Renaissance, but he was an activist as well. Mm-hmm. He spoke about our situation. He spoke truth to power. He narrated our experience. We said about Nas, what I learned from Nas. I learned that from Langston as well. He's narrating the experience. He's talking about what it's like to go to the house and play a number, and then take the money you made from that and go buy some whiskey, and then go throw a party to pay your rent, and and tell the president, hey, what about our community? We need things for the babies over here where we live at. Right. And say, hey, we are beautiful, we are strong, we are connected to our culture. Slavery and disenfranchisement didn't cripple us. You know what I'm saying? No. So like those narratives were the original narratives of what rap say today. You know what I'm saying? And he got paid for it. So it's good to be a producer on that film. We got director Kevin Wilmot, who won a Grammy with Spike Lee for Black Klansman. He did Chirac, so he's a trophy holder, this guy. You know what I'm saying? A good friend of mine now. You know what I'm saying? He got an Oscar, Academy Award, Oscar winner. And then my man, Tyree Turner, is now a producer on it. His network is crazy. He's
time out. You made Tyree Turner from Minister Society?
No, the Tyree Turner.
Oh, I thought you all okay. I missed.
No. He's a producer. He did Uncorked. He did Growing Up Hip Hop. Okay. He really works closely with Jamie Foxx. He has a whole incredible network. You're gonna hear his name. Ain't nothing. You're gonna hear his name a whole lot more too. But he's on board as a producer with the film. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And we have access to Langston Hughes' official biographer. So academic, the scholarly piece is going to be crazy. So it's not just cinematography and hip hop. The scholarship behind it's going to be pure. It's going to be potent as well. It's pure. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, excited about that. We've been filming and getting things together, so we'll have that ready really soon. We're locked in with PBS, but we got a couple other outlets that I don't want to let the cat out the bag just yet. But you're going to see it very soon. Absolutely.
No doubt, man. So look, man, with all that you got going on, man, again, you still continue to give us dope projects, man, dope product, man. And I want to talk about this. I want to shift back to music for a second, man, because to me, you outdid yourself, man. You outdid yourself with your last project, man, and that Capital Gains, man. Like that project, brother. I don't even know what to say, man. I'm at a loss of words, man, for artists, and I want to. Talk about that, man. For an artist to have been in the game as long as you have, man. With this ageism in hip hop, you continue. Artists such as yourself, man, continue to give us, these these monumental bodies of work, man. So what was it like putting that capital gains project together, man? Because bruh.
Yeah,
amazing.
I appreciate it.
Amazing, man.
I appreciate it. Really, really proud of that one, bro. I worked on that. Well, I was trying to get to that album all 2020. We had just started really breaking ground on Ambiance and getting that Demolition project started and building it out. I spent most of my time focusing on business, the majority of 2020. Really the end of 2019, going into 2020, we started throwing these big parties and, you know, getting busy with event planning and locked in with Radiator. Again, I will talk about that a bit. It's my own DSP where we're featuring independent and emerging artists, making them the forefront for streams.
Wow.
Collecting publishing dollars, getting them paid, you know what I'm saying? Announcing their venues and their albums, and basically taking a Spotify and connecting it with like a Google Maps, because the app operates based on your location.
Oh,
so if you fly to DC and get off the plane, you go on Radiator, all the local artists in DC gonna start playing on the playlist.
Damn.
But it'd be like
it's no other DSP like that though. Now you are in your own lane when it comes to that, brother. To my knowledge.
Oh yeah, no. This is first of its kind technology. A lot of money went into it. Let's just say that. A lot of money went into it. But it's not just hip hop. It's all genres. Mm-hmm. So it'd be R&B, folk, country, jazz, blues, metal, whatever. Based on the area you're in. But you can minimize, and you can make it bigger. So now you got DC and you got Maryland and you got Virginia. So now all of the artists are playing in that area. Or you can just shrink it all the way down to PG County. You could just do that. And all the artists there. That's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you can just narrow it down to that. You know, but it's all on your smartphone. And every artist that plays, you can put it like you could do just hip hop or just jazz or just blues, or you can do just jazz and hip hop, or you can just do whatever, or you can exclude, or you can do whatever. But when an artist gets played, we report to publishing. So we tell BMI, ASCAP, CSAC, Sound Exchange that their song got played, and they collect.
They need to get that bread. They need to get them coins.
Get that bread. Get them coins. So just to say, I'm working on that. I'm working on Ambiance. Multi Vijay was growing. You know what I'm saying? We're still growing. We just locked in them 60 locations with Meyer. I'm having meetings with, I'm talking about people who distribute through the nation. I'm having people, multi-million-dollar, tech firms and VC firms.
Talk about that. Talk about the Midwest Tech Project, man, because I know you got some shares in that, and I'm just getting into stocks as we speak.
For sure. The Midwest Tech Project is it's an initiative where we provide opportunities for underserved communities. So whether it's the youth who from these low-income, high-risk areas, we provide access to get training jobs in tech. They learn how to do robotics and STEM and things like that. It's free services. They take those skills and build a resume and get internship opportunities, things of that nature. We provide the same thing under auspice. It's called Tech X, another initiative that we do for returning citizens. So if you've been locked up for X amount of years, you come home trying to find employment.
Oh, that's what's up.
There's still an opportunity for you, because you can learn how to code, or you can learn STEM, you can learn robotics, and your criminal history will have nothing to do with that, because you'll be more qualified than somebody with an MBA to go get a job. You see what I'm saying?
First-hand knowledge.
First-hand knowledge, and that's what we're doing with the Midwest Tech Project. I'm also part of another initiative in Atlanta. It's called Navigate, and we provide tech, hospitality, nursing, and education internship and training opportunities for the youth, what's called Title I schools. So these are schools where the percentage of free lunch may be high, or percentage where single parent homes may be high. You know what I'm saying? And we get those students and we give them opportunities to learn a trade or learn a job. They may learn how to work in culinary. They may learn how to work in tech. They may learn how to work in nursing, things of that nature. They take that and start building up relationships. But we got corporate partners on the other side of that we usher those young people into real actual jobs. So you're probably like in 11th grade getting $15, $20 an hour working at a site, under tech, or working under culinary or something like that. And then when you graduate high school, go right into a job.
On a job training.
But these are for young people from these challenging neighborhoods,
exactly.
so that they go right into jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Keep them off the streets.
Yeah, come on, because you know what's going to happen. If you're from that experience, you're from that neighborhood, God forbid, but you might graduate high school, have a baby, catch a case. Now it's gonna be harder for you to find your way. You know what I'm saying? Why not get them set up while they're in high school?
Exactly.
So when they come out of high school, they go right into a job. They may not go to college. Right. Everybody ain't college material.
Exactly.
Everybody ain't street material.
Exactly.
Nothing worse than somebody waiting until they get grown and start selling dope and start gangbanging. Nothing worse than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's provide another opportunity.
Yeah.
Saying all that to say, I was doing all of that in 2020, bro. And then the COVID hit. Boom, right? Had to make the adjustment or whatever, but it sat me at home for a long period of time. And while I'm at home, I just cooked up Capital Gains. Like, I did that album while I'm at home. So everything I'm talking about on that album is what the fuck I was really doing for the majority of 2020. I really was doing these things. We really were, doing these startups, starting these businesses, buying these buildings, you know what I'm saying, doing this program to help the youth. We really was doing this shit, like having a ball and growing our brands and growing our businesses. So everything on Capital Gains is everything I was doing. I think it came out so well because people hadn't heard from me in a little while. They just seen what I was doing on Instagram. And I took all of that shit and I put it on the album. You know what I'm saying? And then I threw Currency in there and the Action Bronson in there, and Rock Marcy on there, and Alchemist on there.
Hell yeah.
Ito and Mud. I got a cast together to sort of just support me on telling the story of everything I've been working on for the last year. So, yeah, I appreciate you checking that out, though, man. It's a great album. If you haven't heard it, make sure you go check it.
Sure. I need it. Hey, please check out that Capital Gains. Get the hard copy. It's available on all streaming platforms, man. That's amazing.
And you see everybody start talking about stocks right after that shit came out. You see that, right? Now everybody a day trader. Everybody
Hey, I'm not even. Hey, I
right after it dropped. Right?
I just told you, man. Hey, you listen to that project. You start making me level up. I went ahead and got my E-Trade account, got my Vanguard account. Start, messing around with these S&P 500s and shit like that.
I was hoping that's what I could do. If I can.
Hey, it worked.
I'm hoping we can do that, bro.
That's why I wanted. If I would have had this platform back then, man, I would have loved to had you on back then. But it's better late than never, man.
Yeah, for sure. But it's all good, man. I just want to get our lights on, man. Wake us up a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially like you said. People like us, we're going into those next levels. You know, that's not always about those things. We got those too. We got jewelry and cars too, but it's bigger than that. You know
that legacy. I remember you saying one time, you took your son to, I believe like London or somewhere, man. I forgot.
I took them all through Europe. I took them to the south of France. We went down to Marseille. Went to Monaco. We went everywhere, bro. We went to
That's major, man.
We went to Barcelona. I got in Barcelona for a couple of days, and we went down to Monaco. Went to Italy, went to Naples, and man, just showed them around. Went to Rome, showed them all of the monuments out in Rome. We spent some time out there. Me just showing them all of these things, but also took them to the islands and took them to. I take them overseas before the COVID hit. It was a regular thing we did every year. We would go to somewhere far. You know what I'm saying? Let me see some things. You know what I'm saying? Like just to broaden his horizons. I know what it meant for me to go to New York for the summer. I know what it meant for me to go down south and stay with my aunt for the summer. I know what that meant, and then go back to Grand Rapids with all this culture.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. It's a lot of us that aren't cultured Black people. You know what I'm saying? That's why I support HBCUs, because one thing they always preach was being cultured. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Little shit like little shit, bro. Like mandating having to take a swimming class.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be Black, 30, 40, 50 years old and know how to fucking swim. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. We laughing and it's a thing, but it's very important that we become more of a cultured people. When I say culture, I don't mean we know our experience. Right? We know Africa, we know the corner store, we know hip hop, we know designer brands, we know our shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about being a person of this world. You know what I'm saying? And being the lead. Because we are, you know what I'm saying, capable to do so. You know what I'm saying?
We got a network. We got a network.
Yeah, indeed.
So look, brother, we about to wrap this thing up, man. Again, it has been an honor. It's been a pleasure to have you on here, brother.
Salute.
I mean, just keep doing your thing, man. Is there anything you would like to say before we get out of here, brother?
I think I said a lot, man. You know what I mean? I said a lot. You know what I'm saying? But everything is in the music. Everything is on Instagram. Make sure you follow me. The Willie the Kid. TheWillieTheKid. The Willie the Kid. That's Twitter. Instagram and Facebook, if that's what you do. Get
No
with
doubt,
me.
no
You about
doubt.
to ask me something? What you about to say?
I was just about to say, you know, another project. What's your latest project? You know, I know you got that.
Oh yeah,
and you got the Deutsch Marks too.
Deutsch Marks too. Yeah, make sure you check Deutsch Marks too. I don't want to let the cat out the bag. I don't know when you dropping this interview.
Man, I should probably be dropping about 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah, it'll be a new album out about 2 weeks.
Right, like about 2 weeks. All right, man.
It'll be a new album out about 2 weeks.
Well,
yeah.
Well, look,
and then one more after that, like right after that, and then probably one more. I probably drop 3 or 4 albums before the year is out.
Okay, that's what's up. What's up. Well,
and I don't gotta record them. I got them done already. By the way,
damn,
I just gotta drop them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Well, look again, man. Please like, subscribe to the Bridging the Generation podcast. More dope content, man. I got the one, the only Willie the Kid, man. Please check this brother out, man. I hope you guys picked up these jewels from this project, man, because this brother, again, you know, we need to preserve artists like him, man, and take note of what this brother's doing, man. So again, thank you, brother.
Much appreciation, bro. Appreciate that.
All right, man. About to get out of here. I'm gonna let you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.
For sure,
peace,
bro.
Peace, bro.
Right, peace.
Hey.